This is the Imou Cue 2C, a very small and compact Wi-Fi security camera that costs only $20. Is it any good? Let's find out. In the box, you get the user manual, you get the camera itself, you get a USB-A to micro USB cable, an adhesive pad, and a power adapter. The Cue 2C is strikingly compact and lightweight, weighing less than 70 grams. It is a 1080p camera. It has a 3.6mm 1/2.8" sensor shooting 2 megapixel stills and 1920 by 1080 pixel videos. This gives it a field of view of 89 degrees horizontal, 46 degrees vertical, and 108 degrees diagonal. The camera has built-in infrared and can see up to 33 feet or 10 meters. It can connect to 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi networks only and supports OnVIF. The camera has a built-in microphone so you can hear whatever is going on around the camera. It uses the same microphone to send you a notification if it detects any abnormal sounds. It also does motion detection and human detection, which minimizes false alerts by only triggering an alert if a human being is detected. It can record on a micro SD card, supporting cards up to 256 GB, but of course it does not come with a card. It also can record to the cloud with an Imou subscription. As you can see, the camera is quite flexible, so you can mount it in various positions and at different angles. To show you the quality of the video, here's one captured from the camera itself. To add the camera, you simply download the Imou app, scan the QR code on the back, and it's as easy as that. Once you add the camera, opening the Imou app, you can see the live view over here and also any additional Imou cameras that you have. Clicking on this opens the live view. You can take a snapshot or record a video. Clicking here, you can change the definition from 1080p, 720p, or 480p. Clicking on this activates the microphone on the Imou. Now, this particular camera only has a microphone and does not have a built-in speaker, so it does not do two-way audio. You can only listen to whatever is happening around the Imou. Clicking on this takes you full screen, where you can also see all the other controls over here. This last one is a nice one. It gives you a grid of 4. So if you have other Imou cameras, you can add them over here and live stream all of them at the same time. Again, going into full screen makes it easier to see them all, and then you can double click on any to go to that individual live feed. And then going over here takes you to the settings of the camera. You can turn on notifications, push notifications with thumbnails, and also to receive a notification if the device goes offline. When it comes to detection, you can enable motion detection and also enable human detection, which is supposed to send you an alert only if a human being is detected. In my testing, this works kind of sometimes, but sometimes also I get notifications with non-human detection. You can select a schedule and adjust the motion sensitivity ranging from 1 to 5, which is maximum sensitivity, and you can define a general zone for it to detect. So if we can erase and tell the camera to only detect motion in this particular zone. You can enable also abnormal sound alarm, which sends you a notification if sound is detected, and change the decibel level from a minimum of 50 decibels to 90 decibels. AI detection and cloud storage are part of the Imou Protect, so it's a subscription plan which you have to pay for. Local storage, if you have a micro SD card installed, this is where you would define the storage rules. You can enable or disable audio recording. You can share the device with up to 6 family members. You can enable or disable HDR. And here you can see the wireless LAN network which is connected to. Clicking on more, you can turn on the infrared lights or turn them off, the status LED as well. You can rotate the image if you have installed this camera on the ceiling, and a few other options. If we go back to the main screen, on top you can see the smart scenes which are created. Clicking on that, we can create a new scene. And there are a few options here, so either manual trigger, so the scene will be triggered only when you manually click on it, or if something or someone is detected, or based on geolocation if you arrive or leave a particular location, and finally you can create one based on a predefined schedule. If you click on manual trigger, click on add action, and you can select an action based either on the device or do not disturb mode. Clicking on device action, it asks me to select which camera. In this particular case, we're using this one, and here you can enable or disable push notifications, enable disable motion detection, or record or not a video. If you go back and create an action based on geolocation, and this one is interesting, you can trigger any of these based on your phone's location whenever it arrives or leaves a particular location. And here you can add action and, for example, enable do not disturb mode whenever I am home.
My thoughts. Judging this camera in absolute value is not fair, because after all it is a $20 camera. Yes, the image quality isn't the best, and there are a few things I would have liked the camera to have, like a speaker, for example, which would then support two-way audio and also an alarm when motion is detected, which is something common on these kinds of cameras. But again, this costs only $20, and for that, you're getting quite the bang for your buck. It has a compact design, has motion detection, records locally or on the cloud, and also supports OnVIF. It has infrared for night vision and even supports smart scenes based on geofencing. That's pretty impressive. And getting all that for $20, it's hard not to recommend this camera. However, I must say one of its siblings, the Imou Ranger, which is a 360-degree camera, is sometimes discounted to just a few dollars more. In that case, I would have to recommend the Ranger, which, by the way, I've reviewed and you can watch the review over here, but with significantly more features. For starters, it's a 360-degree camera, so it can pan and tilt and cover up to 355 degrees of your home. Since it's a 360-degree cam, it also does, in addition to motion detection, motion tracking, so it can follow your subject around as it moves. It also has two-way audio, and also can sound an alarm when motion is detected. Lastly, because the lens moves around, it has privacy mode, which retracts the lens to hide it when you don't want it recording or even seeing you, which is a great feature. I'm not going to talk more about the Ranger, you can watch my review if you want to learn more about that, but I had to mention the Ranger because while I do recommend the Q2C for its price, I cannot but say that the Ranger is a much better deal, especially if you find it at only a few bucks more. In that case, it is well worth it, and I have to recommend that instead of the Q2C. That's it for this camera. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, as this encourages me to continue producing content. Until next time, cheers.